Let's fucking go!
6 years. 6 years ago, in 2015, the set Clash of Rebellions, Red Eyes Fusion was released as a super rare. And of course, this made it possible to summon many Red Eyes-based fusion monsters. And nowadays, it is practically a mainstay of any good deck to run this Verte Anaconda, a Red Eyes, a Dark Magician, and a Dragoon. 6 years I've been waiting for this Ultimate Fusion. The Blue Eyes Fusion spell is finally fucking here! Yes!
Let's fucking go!
I'm gonna take a look at all these new Blue Eyes cards that I'm very excited for. But let's start with the one I'm really excited for. Ultimate Fusion. Quick play spell cards so you can fusion summon during your opponent's turn too! During the main phase, fusion summon one fusion monster that lists Blue Eyes White Dragon or Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon,
in case you want to make Dragon Master Knight,
as material by shuffling materials listed on it from your hand, field, or graveyard into the deck, including those listed Blue Eyes White Dragons and Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragons. Then you can destroy face-up cards your opponent controls, up to the number of Blue Eyes White Dragon and Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon used as material from the field. Holy shit. Not only is it a fusion spell that can be used during either player's turn, if you use a Blue Eyes White Dragon
or Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon if you happen to be able to do that.
As fusion material, you can destroy shit without targeting. It's so fucking good. It could only be better if it banished face down or sent to the graveyard instead of destroying, but this is fine. Destroying without targeting, I'll take it. I'll take it any day. I'll take any Blue Eyes Fusion spell this good any day of the week. Holy fuck. Okay. So that's the Blue Eyes Fusion spell. Very excited to eventually make a Blue Eyes Fusion deck using this. Now for the other monsters in the new Blue Eyes support in Battle of Chaos that I'm super excited for. Blue Eyes Jet Dragon. They finally made it. They finally made the fucking hilarious jet that Kaiba rides around in the anime an actual card. Holy shit. If a card's on the field... Okay, so it's not a machine, funny enough, because why would it be a machine? It's only a jet. But this way you can search it off of Melody. You can only use the first and third effect of this card's name once per turn, so the second effect is not a hard once per turn. You must have Blue Eyes White Dragon on your field or in your graveyard to activate its effects. What are the chances that's going to be happening? You're only playing a Blue Eyes deck. If a card on the field is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon this card from your graveyard, if it was there when the card was destroyed, or hand, even if not. So, pretty cool recovery piece, although some people might be more partial to Deep Eyes White Dragon for some reason. Other cards you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Pretty good. And then, at the start of the damage step, if this card battles, target one card your opponent controls, return it to the hand! I don't like that it targets, but honestly, whatever. It's bounce, I like it. Overall, Blue Eyes Jet Dragon, pretty cool. I see it as a one-of. Next, a new Lord of D. I just saw the translation. The Tyrant of D. Holy shit, that's hilarious. You can only use the first and second effects of this card's name once per turn. You can send one Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand or deck to the graveyard, special summon this card from your hand. Awesome. It sends from the hand or deck to the grave as cost, so your opponent can't ash this. And then you can discard one Blue Eyes White Dragon, or one card that specifically listed in its text, then target one Blue Eyes monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Also pretty good. And then if you control a Blue Eyes monster, you just straight up get to choose the attack targets for your opponent's attacks, which is always hilarious. That way, leaving this dude up isn't even too bad if you have another monster, including a Blue Eyes monster up. So I like this dude. I definitely think he's going to be a good replacement for the King of D. And I know the King of D isn't the best. Like, I know most Blue Eyes decks won't play the King of D. I play the King of D because I like the ability to search my card that searches my monsters, and also the ability to search a potential revival piece in Dragon Revival Rhapsody to make a quick rank 8 if possible, and maybe banish a card with Dragon Spirit of White. I don't know. But, yeah, I like this dude. Even though the King of D can search Melody and Dragon Revival Rhapsody and Flute if you want to play Flute. I also like this dude, and I think I might replace a couple copies of my King of D with him if I actually manage to get my hands on a copy of this card. And then there's Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon, which of course was made by Kaiba by pretty much equipping Tyrant Burst Dragon onto Blue Eyes. So this is just straight up Blue Eyes +1 Dragon monster, which is great to make off the Ultimate Fusion. And it must be either first Fusion summoned or special summoned for your extra deck by attributing one Blue Eyes White Dragon equipped with Fusion monster, aka Critias Tyrant Burst Dragon. Like, I don't saw this as necessary. I just saw Kaiba saying Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon as like his way of equipping Tyrant Burst Dragon onto Blue Eyes and giving it a new name, but I guess it warranted its own card now, even though it didn't really need it. What's next? Are we going to get the Blue Eyes Ultimate Mammoth Graveyard Fusion? I hope so. Anyways, he's unaffected by trap effects, which, you know, it's not horrible. Like, it's immune to impermanence, but, like, how much are you really going to be using that immunity to trap effects? This card can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each. I do like that. And then once per turn, if this card battles at the end of the damage step, you can target one trap in your graveyard, set it to your back row. That makes me think, actually. Are people gonna consider a Blue Eyes deck that it's any trap, so like you could even reset like a Judgment or an Impermanence? Like, that's not too bad. I quite like that, actually. Like, it'd be easy to splash in a few Solemns of varying severity, as well as like Impermanence. Especially with that new Cyber Strike deck coming out, Impermanence is going to be hopefully way cheaper. I do hope I can get my hands on some of those Cyber Strike decks, but yeah, I like this. I like that it can be made off of this. It's also just pretty easy to summon. It's just one Blue Eyes and a Dragon, because nobody in their right mind is going to actually use this part of the summoning condition unless you're, I don't know, role-playing. And then we have Apparition with Eyes of Blue. It's a continuous spell, which is a little odd. And you can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. When you activate this card, you can also reveal Blue Eyes in your hand, which, you know, you're probably going to have. And if you did, special summon one monster from your hand, probably the Blue Eyes. Or a Dragon Spirit of White, if you bricked, like Blue Eyes often does. And then once per turn, you can target one face-up monster you control, return it to the hand, and you can apply one of these effects based on its original name. Blue Eyes White Dragon, special summon one monster from your hand. Otherwise, special summon one Blue Eyes monster from your hand. Honestly, I don't mind this. It's interesting. I don't see how useful it is, though. But now we get to the part of this YG organization post that scares me a little bit. Look how pretty Kaiba's new cards are. Look how expensive these are going to fucking be. Now, these three don't look too expensive. I'm glad that Ultimate Fusion looks like it's not going to be at super high rarity. But look at the fucking Jet and Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon! Man, I'd like these, but they're going to cost a pretty fucking penny. Hopefully these will be a bit more reasonable in price, especially Ultimate Fusion. I need Ultimate Fusion. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the new Blue Eyes cards coming out in Bach. I wonder when the Beethoven set's gonna be.